All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 556 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am Via Follow. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. And I am here today to start off with some Georgia Southern news. If you see the picture on the screen, if you're watching on the YouTube or Rumble side, Tyler Bride and Anthony Wilson, two defensive backs for the Georgia Southern Eagles, both have entered the transfer portal. Sad to see these guys go because they pretty much they stepped up a lot throughout the end of last season. One thing that I can say, the defense was not the best, but it wasn't because of these two guys. These two guys have done a phenomenal job adapting to the 4-2-5 defense that Coach Will Harris tried to put together, and they shined in some games. You know, a couple of interceptions here, some tackles there. It's sad to see these guys go, but we're getting closer to the spring game, which is not this weekend, but it's actually next weekend. So that's probably going to be, I mean, I'm going to be there, but it's creeping up really fast. It's crazy. But you're probably going to see some more guys transfer out. I mean, that's just how it was last year, and probably be the same this year. But I hope these guys, go someplace and be great, because these are two phenomenal kids. Played very well in the blue and white, and I would love to see them represent what being a GS man is all about. I mean, these two guys were great. So, nevertheless, congratulations to those guys completing their time at Georgia Southern, going into the transfer portal. Hopefully, they get picked up by another team and be the best that they can be. Can't wait to see what happens with these guys. If this is your first time here, welcome. I can be found on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, and Google Podcasts. I took the Anchor out because Anchor and Spotify is the same thing, basically. So you can find me on any of those avenues. One thing I would like for you guys to do, share this podcast. Share this podcast. Let people know what we're doing over here. Expand the audience, and let everybody know, because I really appreciate you guys for the support. And the bigger this podcast get, the bigger this show gets, I can do much more things as far as not just expanding the content, but give you the best content. And with that being said, if you're not looking at the ticker as well, I finally got the website up and running. I want you guys to go over there and check that out, firstandframerates.com. Over there, it's pretty much is going to be a hub for all the things that I do over here. When we talk about Georgia Southern, Atlanta Falcons football, I'm going to be doing some blogs, probably be doing some exclusive videos over there. I may do some exclusive videos over there. I'm still trying to work all that out. That may or may not happen as far as the exclusive videos, but I will be having a vlog up. I have a blog up where I'll be writing content, so you can get like, some type of newsletter or an opinion about how I feel about things on the writing side of things. I do like to write. I haven't done it in a while, but I would love to do that. So firstandframerates.com. Over there, like I said, you can get the podcast stuff, you can get the YouTube stuff. I have some extra stuff over there. If you want to donate, all that stuff is over there. It's just a hub for everything. More things that come with that, because the website is just up and running. It's still in the early stages, but I'm definitely going to get that together for you guys. All right, enough of all of that. Let's talk about this show right here, 556. I'm making the case already. I'm telling you right now. I said this in my video when I got off work today. The Atlanta Falcons, there's no doubt they made the best moves. They made the best moves throughout the entire NFL. I'm going on a limb and say that they made the best moves this offseason. And you see the guy on the screens. Shout out to Clutch Sports. This is their image. I put that out there so you can see that. We got Jeff Okudah, another cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, this episode is not about him, because I kind of said what I said already about him already. I think it's a low risk, high reward, pick up 5th round pick we gave up for him. This kid was the 3rd overall pick in the 2020 draft. A lot of injuries kind of sidelined him. I think he only played like 25 out of 51 games. Had one interception for a touchdown. I think he picked off Justin Fields. I want to say that. I'm not sure. But just kind of, Justin Fields. You know how it is with Atlanta Falcons fans. We did a lot of. I mean, like I said, he has. I'm not gonna say a sketchy resume. It's just it's more like an incomplete resume because he was not really healthy. He was always out. But with him coming over there coming over to the Atlanta Falcons, the Lions probably don't want to pay him. We basically got him on a 1 year deal. We gave up the 5th round pick that we got from the Jaguars to go that came from the Calvin Ridley deal. So we really didn't lose anything. Honestly, you can make a case where we drafted. I mean, we traded Calvin Ridley for Okuda. What does this mean for the Falcons? This is more of the great moves that the Falcons has done this season. I mean, these guys are doing phenomenal with getting guys on the on the edge. They got some guys up front on defense. They got. I mean, we done signed 2 guys in the secondary now. You got Jesse Bates as well. You got to remember that. Keaton Ellis at linebacker, David Admire, Calais Campbell. I mean, we've done some outstanding moves. And a lot of people are going to sit here and say, like, oh, what you expect? They had all this money. They're going to do. Well, I mean, look. Yeah, you got that. I'm not going to sit here and say, that's not the case. And Terry Font. No, we needed to have money to make these kind of moves. We're making moves that, the average Falcons fan can sit back and be like, okay, the Falcons are actually trying to do something. To be honest, I haven't seen these kind of moves or big moves like this. We have to understand, when was the last time the Falcons really made moves like this in offseason? I'm not talking about drafting players because we can easily say Roddy White, we say Julio Jones. I think the last time we really made a big splash in the offseason was like the Tony Gonzalez pickup. I mean, I can't think of nothing before that, or I would say before that, but after that, I mean, the running back Steven Jackson, that was a dud. Todd Gurley, that was a dud. I mean, but these names were splashes at the moment. But you see what happened with that? I mean, do you really want to go all the way back and talk about Peerless Price? Oh my God. I mean, we really didn't make a big splash outside of, free agency wise, outside of, I want to say John Abraham was a good one. John Abraham was a really good one. But I think that out of him and Tony Gonzalez, Michael Turner, how could I miss that? Michael Turner was another good one. But how could I be remiss, outside of those 3, and look how long that's been. I mean, Michael Turner was what, 2011? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then, John Abraham was like 2008, I want to think. I can't remember that. But Tony Gonzalez, another one, he was a couple of years too early because we damn sure could have used him in 28-3, right? I mean, you got to think about it. But now when you look at what the Falcons have done, Terry Fontenot, Arthur Smith, Arthur Blaine, we also have to understand, like, at this point, this is going to be a long run. It's going to be a long run. This is what we're going to be doing, for a while. This is going to be a long-term deal. I know some people, and I had somebody in the comment section of my YouTube channel was telling me that owner Arthur Blank has these guys on the short leash. I don't think so, because they came through with a plan where they had to get this money off the books. Matt Ryan's, Julio Jones, all these other bad contracts had to go. Flip that around, and now you have what you have on the books now, and you're signing all these people. We haven't even gotten to the draft yet. There's already rumblings now that we're probably going to get Bijan Robinson because we've loaded up so much on the offensive side. I mean, on the defensive side, Christian Gonzalez may not even be a pick. I mean, it's literally like best player available at this point. There's nothing out there to say that something else could be different than the other, because now we're looking at a guy who could potentially be CB number 2. Casey Hayward already was kind of like that guy, but you have a guy now with Okuda that can possibly do that as well. You got your safeties with Bates and Grant. Your front 7 is solidified pretty well. I would like to see us get. I honestly, I'm not taking nothing away from Evan Kente because I think he could be that guy. As a rookie, he's shown a lot of promise. But I would like to see Ebikete. I want to see Anamaya, Grady Jarrett. You're going to have Calais Campbell on the other side. Lorenzo Carter still here. You still got Troy Anderson, Caden Ellis. Who's the other guy that T something I can't remember that we signed, but another linebacker that we signed. We got some guys up there, but I would like to see get us a young guy on the other side of Grady Jarrett, and let Calais Campbell come in on situational downs. That front four right there. On defense, if I have to ask for anything, I think that'll be it. I would like. I know we signed another defensive back from Kansas City as well, not too long ago. So I think the secondary may be done. Obviously, we'll probably get someone in the draft, but if anything, depends on who's available. But I think they gotta establish where they want to go with the secondary. You can't have enough pass rush. Honestly, you can't have enough DBs. It's one of the reasons why we end up getting Okuda. We're at a loss right now. What we're going to do on defense, offense. I think we're literally like an offense lineman or running back away for having solidified the offense. And I know a lot of people say, no, we need a quarterback. We need quarterback. Look, at this point, I don't know what Terry Fontenot and them are going to do. I just don't know. They may pick up Anthony Richardson. They may pick up a quarterback. They may pick up somebody. But right now, all I know right now, Desmond Ridder is the guy. Taylor Heineke's the backup. And they're going to work together. They're going to compete. Well, not work together. They're going to compete. And I think Desmond Ridder's going in as number one. I wouldn't be surprised if something happens and that's not the case. But I want to see him develop. I'm more leaning towards Desmond Ridder developing than Taylor Heineke because Taylor Heineke's an outsider coming in to the system. Desmond Ridder already had a year under his belt under the system. I would like to see that flourish into something where we can pay him big later and he could be the elite quarterback with all his talent. That's the ideal. And it's not just me being a homer for him. I can care less who's at quarterback. I can care less who's at any position. I just want these guys to go out there and be productive and be contributing to a championship caliber team. But I understand why Lamar Jackson was it just doesn't make sense fiscally. They don't think he can stay healthy, which is kind of weird that they got Okuda, but then again, if you can get Lamar Jackson for a 5th round pick, I mean, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a give and take. But I do believe that the Falcons have made the best moves. You look at any other NFL team. Look at any other team. Look at any other team and let me know who else you think that's done just as a good job. I wait. You look at all these moves the Falcons have made, and you look at everybody else. I mean, everybody else did okay, but the Falcons look like they've done the most. They did the best. Does that mean that these guys are going to go to the playoffs and have a Super Bowl run? Hey, I hope so, but it doesn't mean that. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it doesn't seem that way. But is it possible? Yeah, I think it is. Anything's possible once you start suiting up these, these straps and going out there on the field. Nobody saw 7-10. And this is what in the 7-10 teams are way inferior to what we have now. So on paper, we look like we could win about 14 games. Like seriously, on paper, like we could win about 14 games. But I don't know. I don't want to go too much more longer with this. Let me know what you guys think because I think they made the best moves by far. It's not even close. So I mean, if you got any other opposition, please let me know in the comment section. If you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give me a 5-star rating on that Apple Podcast. Give me a high star rating or the highest rating you can get on any of these other platforms that you may be listening to me on. I really appreciate it. You guys on Apple are awesome. I mean, I think that's where most of the listeners are at on Apple. Give me a 5-star rating if you haven't already. Also, click that share button and send it to a fellow Georgia Southern or Atlanta Falcons fan. Just send it to them. You ain't even got to put nothing behind it. Just send them the link. And have them listen, man, because I think that we have something special over here, and we're going to continue to keep it rocking and rolling. I could be found on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, Google Podcasts, Also, firstandframerates.com. Go check out the website, firstandframerates.com. Go over there and you got all the information that you can get. It's going to be a hub for everything. Every day when you wake up, you might want to go check it out. See if I put something new over there, because I'm planning on every day probably have something for you guys to read or whatever the case may be. Maybe if I can do this right, because I'm still new to the website thing, if I could put up a video over there just for you guys on the website who want to subscribe and check out the website daily. I'm trying to have that all set up for you guys. But firstandframerates.com, check out all that stuff over there. Check out also what I got on the podcast avenues. Pick those out, whatever you want to sub to. Also, YouTube and Rumble. Check me out over there as well. Subscribe to more than one of these avenues. One may be down. It happens. I don't know. Technology is the best. But I said enough. I'm getting up out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you guys on Wednesday, where we'll talk some more Atlanta Falcons and Georgia Southern football. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy and y'all be blessed. Peace.